Hi everyone. So I tried to do a video last night because I had a lot of things to say, and I literally could not get past the fact that my circles under my eyes were so dark. And it was, I'm gonna be real with you guys, but maybe not that real. So I thought maybe some sleep would help, and then I didn't sleep, so I just put makeup on, but it doesn't look too bad right now, right? But I've had a lot of like kind of cool things in the last couple days that I wanted to share. And well, I have them on my mind still, and just some like cool experiences and some things I've been thinking about and whatever. And since some of you actually liked to know what I think about, I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Or you think, some people even think I'm funny. I told Dani literally like 3 weeks before he died, I was like, you know, people back in high school and like early college like actually thought I was funny sometimes. And he was like, no, that's not true. Like he could not believe that I was like actually funny to people. So thanks. You can send those messages straight up to heaven and let him know if you actually think I'm funny. If you don't think I'm funny, don't say anything to him, because I don't want him to know. I don't want him to receive the satisfaction of being right, because probably more people think I'm not funny than people think I'm funny. Okay, off topic. So a couple things. I have had some cool, like I've talked to some cool people recently, and I mean I talk to cool people all the time. So with messages, it gets really overwhelming for me to read a lot of messages all the time about like suicide and about people who are struggling, and it's just a lot like emotionally for me to handle. So lately I have not been doing many messages like at all, and sometimes I have like friends jump in and help a little bit here and there, but I try to do as many as I can, but honestly I just haven't been doing much lately. So but I had someone tell me the other day that who I will talk about in a minute, who said that he said a lot of people have been telling me they want to share their story with you, or they want to get a hold of you, and they haven't been able to. And so I'm super sorry if you are. I would say just like I'll get to it, but like it might be a while, because I have to make my mental health a priority, and like I don't have severe mental health issues right now, I wouldn't say, but I do have anxiety that I just always have had since I was a kid. And it's just like my nature is just to be a little anxious all the time. And then that plus the grieving which isn't necessarily like a diagnosis, like she's grieving, she has grieving syndrome, but like obviously that like there are things that trigger me, and that make it harder for me to function throughout the day, and or that like set me off or put me back a little bit or whatever. And sometimes the message, so if you really need to get a hold of me, just be persistent, but otherwise just be patient with me. And I mean, eventually I'd love to get to every single message and respond, but like I literally have thousands of messages on Instagram, like probably over 10,000. It doesn't tell me a number, but it's so many that like it's just so overwhelming to me. And I'm just trying to like function and keep my kids alive. So responding to those messages is hard to get to, but something I want to make clear is I appreciate your stories, and I do appreciate you reaching out. If you do need help though, I would really encourage you to please go to a professional. I am not a professional. I will probably never be a professional. I am just doing this because like kind of by accident, and I'm so grateful that I am able to help people, but I also I'm learning about suicide prevention, and I'm learning, I think, what to do and what not to do, and what to say and what not to say. And I am not someone who can, I don't not only have the capability, but nor do I have the time to be anybody's therapist. And as much as I would love to be able to help every single person, I really genuinely would, but I just don't have the time or the mental capacity or the capability to do so. So if you need professional help, please reach out to a professional. If you need help finding that, please go to my website, and there are a bunch of links on there. I'm hoping at some point to gather a whole bunch of resources for people, and I would love to just have a page where people could search like their city and state and find, you know, people and whatever. I'd love to be able to do that, but in the meantime, just go to my page and or even just go, if you go on my videos and look at different comments, there are people who say like, if anyone needs help, reach out to me, talk to me. There are other people who would love to like be able to talk to you through things and be support to you, even if they're strangers. But reach out to your friends and family. But I am not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. I've never claimed to be a professional. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm learning along the way, and I encourage my therapist friends to do this, but I would also encourage any of you other therapists who are out there who are a part of this. If there's ever anything that I do that you see that may be harmful or that may cause more problems than do good, please let me know. And if that's the case, I really do want you to be persistent so I can see it and make sure I am aware that there's something wrong. But I'm trying to follow the AFSP guidelines of how to talk about suicide, and but also, you know, I'm kind of unusual because there aren't a lot of people. I think that's why you guys like coming here, is because, and like seeing my stuff, is because there's not people who are out there who are talking about this as openly, and most people whisper the word suicide where I talk about it as though it's as much of our world as it is. Like I'm just real about it, and I think that, combined with the fact that I'm real with you guys about my emotions and my feelings and my process through this, I think that's why you come here. But that's not something that's out there. So there are not a lot of guidelines out there, and there are not a lot of, like, for a beauty blogger, there's they all, you know, have a certain sort of like formula they follow for posts or for whatever. And I mean, they're all unique, but there's still like some sort of like thing out there for them to follow to know what to do. And there's different sponsors who do that, and there's different, you know, there's this is not a thing. There's not mental health influencers or like social media mental health things who aren't professionals but just talk about it and tell people real stuff. So it's not something that's out there, but I'm trying my best to be of help to people, and I think so far I have been. But of course there's been things that I've said that I've gone back and been like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or that might hurt someone, so let me fix it, or let me like you know, whatever. So I think I just want to say too, like I said, if there are therapists out there, I have several therapists, friends and relatives who are watching my page who I tell to let me know. But if you are a mental health professional of any sort, please let me know if you see something that you think is harmful that I could fix or adjust or whatever to make it better. So on to my cool stories. So someone messaged me yesterday, and I'm not gonna share details of this story because I hope that she will share her story herself at some point, and I would love to be like a platform for that to help her get out the word, because I just think she's an incredible human being, and I think she has a lot of her story left to tell. I think she's just at the beginning, and but I think she's getting to the good part. But I will start by talking about her probation officer. A woman who is a probation officer messaged me yesterday, and forgive me if I don't have all the details right. I just had a few minutes to message back and forth, and there will be times where I'm like, oh, I'll go on and check my messages really quick, and I'll have like 15-20 minutes to just go through, and so I'll just go through whatever's at the top, or like if something really stands out to me, I'll read through it really quick, or if one of my friends has starred it for some reason for me to look at, then I will. So this is one of those that came, it was at the very top of the inbox, and I had a few minutes, and I went and I read it, and it was a probation officer who, this woman who she's over is has struggled with depression and mental illness, and I believe, substance abuse. I think mostly alcohol. I don't know the details, but she a while ago attempted suicide, and she laid down in the middle, and this is kind of gruesome, so tune out for 30 seconds if you don't want to hear it. She laid down in the middle of the freeway and got run over by 2 vehicles, and I saw before and after pictures. Her whole face was crushed in. Like, it is a miracle that this woman is alive, and this woman has really been through a lot, and I only got a very like small glimpse of it, and I just can't imagine what she's been through, but she survived it, and she fought through the hospital, and she's alive. Like, the fact that she's just alive and living after that is amazing. And I can't imagine how hard that would be to overcome and to get through, but I just think she's amazing. And she has a child as well, a young child. And so the probation officer said that she has made my blog posts required reading, and they have to discuss them after each, which is so, like, it just makes me feel so, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like humbling that I'm able to like do something like that for people, and that I'm able to like make that big of a difference in people's lives. I just can't tell you how much it means to me. And so I really hope this woman will share her story, because I think that she'll be inspiring, and I think that she's going to fight through this, and I think she's just going to be a hero to people. And she's a hard time finding her will to live, but I know she can. I know she can do it. You know, it's not going to be easy, but I know she can, and I feel like she's someone we're going to be amazed by in the future, and I hope that she'll allow me to help share that, because I just think it's incredible. But so I talked to both the probation officer and the woman who struggles with depression and stuff, and that's why I got like little bits and pieces from both. And I haven't even had a chance to message them back after we were messaging yesterday, but it's just incredible to me. And then one of Dani's friends, you may have seen, I shared a post of his recently, who has struggled with mental illness, and he has started this project to make keychains and bracelets out of I think it's called paracord or something like that, and I don't know, but they're so cool, and I will show them to you right now. And his goal is he wants to make these for people, and it's called the Live Project, and the Live Project or the Live Project, either way, it's very appropriate. But he and his sweet wife and his kids came over yesterday, some of his kids, and they just were so sweet, and they have connected with a neighbor of mine who's also struggled, and who has